We've been here for quite some time, over 60 years, in the Commerce City community anyway. There were a lot of big families, so everybody kind of knew the families that were around the town. You know, remembering how my parents used to take us to their houses, there's always guitars and music, always. I mostly stuck to the songs that were like Chicanas, rancheras, that type of stuff, valses, and because I would get to play with one of my tios would come over, either my mom's house or my house, and you know, he'd sing and I'd give him the accompaniment. But growing up was a good experience. I got married in '73. We were kind of, you know, bouncing around, finding apartments and whatnot. And then the city of Commerce City had a program called the Urban Renewal Authority Program, and it was for first-time home buyers. So me and my wife at that time, we applied for it. We had saved enough money to buy a down payment. When the city was asking me about which one of the houses we were able to pick, which one, I said I wanted to choose this one because it was close to my parents' house. It gave us a feeling that I think empowers people in home ownership. You know, you get a home base, so to speak. You're not living next to somebody where you hear the commotion of a neighbor through a wall. My kids grew up here. I think they were fortunate, to put it that way, to have a home base as well. My kids grew up with the real sense of family because my mom and my parents were right around the corner. My kids could walk down the street to their grandma's house. I've been working since I was 12, 13. It's interesting that you work all your life. Working all my life, you know, it wasn't like I set out to retire. That wasn't the idea. But once you start into careers and you start getting older, you realize, oh, what am I going to do? Insurances keep going up every year, up every year. You don't maintain your house, you're gonna end up with holes in your roof, you know, or leaks and that type of stuff. And if you don't maintain it, then you're going to probably pay the price longer down the road sometime. I had a furnace that was 45 years old. I had an electrical panel that the front cover was coming off, and the electricity in this hallway didn't work. The breaker in one of the bathrooms didn't work. The outside, well, it's brick, but still, you know, the suffix and the hailstorms that came, you know, you had to get your roof repaired. Trying to take care of the outside appearance, right? I mean, there's paint chipping, stuff like that. You know, and the part about it is that I think that if anybody's like in my situation, I'm old, I'm 70. I'm not gonna get up on a ladder on the house. I mean, I can't do that, you know? I guess I would tell other seniors, don't put yourself in that position where something goes from bad to worse if you don't have to. There was a coordination between Brothers and the city, and some of the things they would offer would be help with heating, windows, minor repairs. So I applied, you know, and I was fortunate. The application was accepted. I think it was a Brothers person that came out, and they kind of looked at my house. I told them, well, I got a furnace that's 45 years old. My heating bills are pretty much out of control. I showed him the electrical panel that I had outside. The cover was off. Well, it wasn't exactly bolted in. There was a few of the breakers that were loose and stuff like that. I showed him the electric outlets that weren't working in the house. So he took his notes back, and then they got back to me. The next thing I know, there's a heating and air conditioning guy comes, and they were able to change out the furnace in one day. They brought out an electrical company, and they took a look at the panel. They exchanged the entire panel out, rewired, fixed the wirings that were the problem in the house. They checked for lead. Is there lead in the house? And the paint have lead? The brick, stuff like that. They also said, well, we have a painting component of our program. And I said, well, heck yeah, my house definitely needs painting. I think if programs like what Brothers implement, if it were to be cut, I think it would be a situation where you'll see communities not growing, not being kept. I mean, I'm fortunate, but I can't even imagine. I've known people that in the middle of a winter, their furnace broke down, that they couldn't even stay in the house because it was so cold. I know, I've seen people that, why shouldn't some programs be invested into your community? I just don't see I don't see a downside of that.
So the Paint-a-thon program is a 47-year-old program of Brothers Redevelopment. The program is a program that does no charge exterior painting for older adults and individuals living with a disability. The real intent and heart of our program is to help people that either physically or financially can't take care of this type of work on their own. Painting a home is a large amount of work. It's often on ladders, it is expensive. The paint that we utilize it retails for in the neighborhood of $80 to $85 per gallon, and we use an average of 12 to 15 gallons per project. So just the cost of paint alone is prohibitive for our clients to be able to afford. For the folks who qualify for our program, last year our average household income for a homeowner was a few dollars over $1,700 a month. And if you think about your entire household income being $1,700 a month, you take property tax and property insurance out of that $1,700, and there is very little left for food and transportation and healthcare. A group of somewhere in between 10 and 25 volunteers show up, not being paid, not asking for anything in return, to come and do something kind and meaningful for our homeowners. One of the most common things that we hear on our homeowner evaluations is that this program restored my faith in humanity. We help them to be connected with their community. And one of the things that I know to be very true is that we all need our neighbors and that we all need our communities. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about the Paint-a-thon.